Hi, it's Dale Malik again with Watch2Wear. Thank you for joining me today. This is our second video, and I wanted to do this video for a few different reasons. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody for submitting their wrist shots to our website. I really believe it's helping out a lot, and the very cool thing about it is if you ever purchased a watch on the internet, obviously you're not there to try it on, so you can't really get a good perspective on how the watch is going to look on your wrist. And I really believe by providing wrist shots, it'll help people out a lot. And the very interesting thing about it is, even though you have, for example, like my wrist is 6.75 inches, and my friend Jeff, who also has a 6.75 inch wrist, the watches fit differently on our wrist. His wrist is a little wider, whereas mine's a little bit taller. So therefore, he can actually wear a bigger watch, and it looks more proportionate to his wrist as opposed to putting it on my wrist. So it's very cool in that sense. Also, I get this question a lot. Obviously, if you're following us on Instagram, you're seeing all the watches that we have posted there. I always get this question, are those all your watches? And I would say yes and no. Probably a majority of them are mine, and then again, a lot of them are my friend Jeff's, who's also my business partner on the website Watch2Wear, and another friend of mine, John's watches. So, plus, probably more importantly, your watch. The watches and wrist shots that you submitted to our website, we post over there. So, thank you very much for doing that. As a fellow watch enthusiast and collector, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and really probably the main purpose for Watch2Wear, it's going to solve all the problems that you would have when you would purchase a watch on the internet or find timepiece sight unseen. I really believe that our concept will change that, and it'll help out the watch enthusiast, collector, aficionado out there. So I'm really excited about our website to be completed. It's probably going to be another few weeks down the road, but once it's done, you're really going to love it. So today's video, what I'd like to do is share with you my watch collection. I have about 50 or 60 different watches, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you about 18 watches right now. We may do a second video where I can show you a little bit more of my collection, but in the meantime, I'm just going to go through about 18 watches that I have. They're not going to be in any particular order. One thing that I wanted to let you know is I'm a guy who loves watches, maybe like yourself. And I'm a collector to the degree where I collect because I love. I don't collect to sell. I sell very few watches. I do believe I probably maybe sold 2 or 3 watches on the various watch forums. And it's not that I dislike the watch, it's just that the watch was too big for my wrist. So what I try to do is I kind of learn from my mistakes, and that's why the wrist shots are so darn good and so important. But anyway, I tried to learn from my mistakes, and I only purchased watches that, quite frankly, that fit my watch proportionately. And I'm a big vintage watch guy. I love vintage watches. One of the advantages of having a small wrist is that you can get away with wearing a lot of different vintage watches, because obviously in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and even for a lesser extent the 70s, the watches were much smaller than they are today. And so, but more than that, I just love buying vintage watches, because when you put on a vintage watch, you have a piece of history that you're wearing. And it's very cool, especially when you get a watch that you would purchase in the back's engraved, maybe with "Congratulations, Tom, on 20 years service." You get that history, and it's really cool. I have a lot of vintage watches that were actually gifted to me from my father, that were my grandfather's, so they have a lot of sentimental value as well. But anyway, wanted to kind of show you my part of my watch collection, so let's get started, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay guys, so we're going to go through 18 of my watches, and as I said, I have a couple more boxes, but for now let's just go through 18. I picked up a box here so we can kind of run through these. and kind of get started. So we're not going to do them in any particular order. So the first watch dates back to 1940. It's a vintage Vulcain, and this watch has a very good history to myself, very sentimental. It was my grandfather's watch, and then he passed it along to my father, and then my father passed it along to me. I've had the watch probably for about 20 years, and I can tell you this, I never once had the watch service, and it runs flawlessly. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful watch, gold-plated, never been touched at all. The original glass or crystal, the casing has not been polished at all. It's just a beautiful, beautiful watch. Runs perfect. Unbelievable. So that's the vintage Vulcain. So the second watch we have right now is this is a vintage Hamilton. I picked this up off eBay, and it's gold plated. It's 100% original. I really love it because it has the I don't know if you'll be able to see, maybe you'll get a little glare with the lights, but it has a crosshair second hand. Very cool. Sign crown, and right around the crystal here, it's almost beveled, so it looks 3D. It's a very, very, very lovely watch. It runs perfectly. It's a little bit smaller, probably measures around 31. So it wears small, but hey, I got small wrists, and that's the beauty of having a small wrist. You got a lot of flexibility with the vintage pieces. A lot of guys that have bigger wrists, they can't pull off these small vintage pieces. But, you know, I guess curse or not a curse, having a small wrist, you can pull them off. So it's a vintage Hamilton. All right, the next watch we have here, this is a Mica Constellation. This dates, the exact time because I wore it today, but this dates back to 1961. I purchased it off a gentleman off a watch forum. Now, it is a redial, but it's a great watch. I love this watch. I like it. Look, I'm a collector. I'm not a purist, I'm a collector. I collect for fun, I collect for myself, I don't collect the resale. As I said, I think I sold 2 watches, and maybe I'll sell a few more here once I launch our site, but in the meantime, I'm not really interested in it. I knew it going into the game that it was a redial. A dead giveaway is the N on the Constellation, and also the crosshairs don't extend all the way continuously through. Those stop a little bit between the star and the Constellation, but look, it's a beautiful watch, runs perfectly. It does have the original hands and indices, and it's the rose gold. Beautiful casing. It's been polished, but I tell you what, it's a lovely watch. It does have the observatory logo on the back too as well. So lovely watch, love it. Okay, what do we have here? This is a cool watch. This is a Gruen Curvex. Picked this up at a local antique store, and when I purchased the watch, it did not work. I took it to my watch guy, Mike Paul, with Fidelity Clock. If you ever need anything fixed, Mike's the guy. He's located in Akron, Ohio. Fidelity Clock, Mike Paul. You can Google him to get your number. The guy fixes. He's the best. Anyway, took it to Mike. Needed a clip spring. That's it. Mike put a clip spring in it. $30. Runs perfect. Awesome watch. So the next one here is another find from the same local antique store. And this is a vintage Hamilton, kind of like an Art Deco. I do believe I believe it's called a Linwood. I could be wrong with that, but I haven't researched it too much recently. All original. Everything about it's original. The dial is just absolutely beautiful. It has this lovely patina to it, and it runs perfect. It's very long, very skinny. I think it's like 22, 23, but it's long. It's probably 40 lug to lug. And the lug width, I think it's right around 12 or 14. So, but it's a fun little watch to wear. I wear it a lot, actually. It fits my wrist very well. Being having a small little wrist, it does fit my wrist extremely, extremely well. Vinatge Hamilton. So here's another gem I found at the same antique store, and it's a vintage Bulova. Perfect condition, all original. It's in lovely condition, gold plated. You gotta love the bubble, or how the crystal bubbles up there. Wears well. I love this watch. It's a great little watch too. Perfect. All right, what do we have here? We have an Oris date. Beautiful watch, tank watch. I love this watch. Bought it in, I don't wear those little gloves. People, you know, look. I digress. But anyway, love this watch. Bought it brand new in 2008. And never had it serviced. Runs perfect. It's got the day and the date there. And quick set, very easy to use. It's got the signed crown. It does have an exhibition back to it. Show that to you. You can see that, maybe, possibly. Okay. Hopefully the video is going to come out okay. First time video of a watch collection here for you. But anyway, there you go. Oris date, beautiful. And cool story behind this. When I was going to buy this, it was between this and the Duke Ellington. Oris, as you know, or if you don't know, they name their watches after a lot of musicians. You have this, you have the Miles Davis, you have the Duke Ellington, you got a Dizzy Gillespie. They even have what do they have? A Bob Dylan or something, I can't remember. But anyway, this one or the Duke Ellington. In hindsight, I wish I would have bought the Duke Ellington. They also make a Frank Sinatra. Lovely watch. John at my office, he wants to buy one. But great watch. I kind of wish I bought the Duke Ellington, but I love the Art Deco dial. Kind of looks like the, in my opinion, like my Vinatge Hamilton, but yeah, no regrets. You can always buy the Duke Ellington. They're out there. Okay, so we have here is a Phenix Kilimanjaro TV watch, TV style. Cool watch. Bought it off a gentleman off the watch forums from the land down under Australia. Great watch. Got a heck of a buy on this watch. I think I paid like 125 bucks for it. It runs perfect. Automatic movement, Swiss movement. Beautiful. Put this little leather, real leather, not pleather, real leather blue crocodile strap on it. Beautiful watch. I love it. It goes well. It fits my wrist perfectly. Nice watch. This watch right here is a Le Mans barrel-shaped 70s. Yeah, very cool watch. I bought this from a gentleman off eBay. I think it was a seller in Croatia. He's no longer selling. Too bad, because I actually bought another Breitling from the guy too. I don't have it in this case, but great watch. It's fun little watch. Got a little shark skin strap there. Love the blue dial. Love the big white numbers. Red second hand there. Automatic movement. Keeps great time. No problems. Okay, so the next watch is my go-to watch, my everyday, I guess you would say, beater? I don't know. It is my beater. This watch has been through the test of time. Whenever when I go on vacation, I just take one watch. I don't like to take watches with me. I take one watch. This is the watch I take just because I swim in it. I can do just about anything. I can swim, golf, do whatever I want to do in this watch. I use this watch. It's my everyday beater. I wear it to the gym every day. And it's been through thick and thin. I bought it brand new in 2002. It is a quartz movement. Mica Seamaster, mid-size. fits my wrist beautifully. And it's got the little helium release there. It does have a quick set too. It's very cool how these quick sets work. If you've never seen them work, they're very easy to use. They kind of like pull it out and the hour hand just moves and it changes the date there. But great watch. I think I put 2 batteries in it since I purchased the watch in 2002. Awesome watch. Okay, so the next watch is a Rolex Date, a Rolex Date 34 mil midsize, 34. Fits my wrist perfectly. This one dates back to the 80s. Got the oyster bracelet. Everything about it is just perfect on it. Cyclops there. I love this watch. I bought it from Godberg Jewelers a few years ago. Got a great deal from them. That's a fine place to buy a watch. Beautiful place to buy a watch. Great people, great customer service. The only downside is if you live in Ohio, PA, in Florida now, because I do believe they took over a company called Watch You Want, which is now Watchbox. You got to pay tax. But you know, sometimes you pay a little tax, but you get what you want. My father always told me, don't let a few bucks stand between you and buying something that you want, because when you buy things you want, you have 0 regrets. Don't buy things and just to settle for anything less. Buy what you want and you have 0 regrets. 0 regrets. Godberg Jewelers. Great watch. Alright, so this watch here is a 1967, another Omega Seamaster Cosmic. I bought this watch from a guy off eBay. He's still on eBay. Great seller. It's called Omega Addict. Tim. He's a watchmaker. It's a redial. Knew it going in. But Tim has some awesome watches. He restores all original, with all original parts. But he actually sells a lot of ones that are not unmolested, without any redials or anything like that. I knew it was a redial, but you know what? Like I said, I'm not a purist. I buy watches because I love them and I love the way they look. And I love this one. And Tim's getting me another Seamaster here shortly. He's restoring it. It'll be a redial. I don't care. I'm going to wear it and I'm going to wear it and I'm going to love it when I wear it. Omega's 1967 Seamaster Cosmic. Check out Omega Addict. Great guy. I'll tell you, you won't be disappointed. If you love Omegas, this guy has all the vintage Omegas that you want. Beautiful. Beautiful watch. Great guy. Check him out. Alright, so this one here you probably need 0 introduction with. This is the Rolex Submariner. Dates back to 2002. Y serial number. No date. 2-liner. I guess it's the one people want. Purchased. I bought this back in November, so just a few months old. We're in 2018. I bought it in November 2017. Bought it from Crown and Caliber. Nice experience. Good company. Actually a great company. I have to say, they're very good. Great company. Very good. And I love the watch. Been a James Bond fan my whole life. As you know, he wore this and he wore the the Submariner in many movies. But Sean Connery wore it when I first fell in love with it. Was in Goldfinger at the very beginning. He wore it on a NATO. But anyway, or was it Goldfinger or was it, I can't remember which movie, maybe it was Goldfinger. But anyway, love this watch, but I'm not warming up to it. So this may be for sale. I have small wrists. I just don't know if it fits my wrist correctly, if I think it's too big. Sometimes when I look at it, when I'm wearing it, it feels okay. But when I take a picture of the watch on a wrist shot, it sometimes looks big to me. So I haven't decided what I want to do. It's been polished, but it's not overly polished. The bezel's meticulously maintained. It's a beautiful watch, but we'll see what happens. But if you have an interest in buying it, shoot me an email. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I don't know. We'll figure it out when the time comes. Okay, so the next watch we have here is a vintage 1970s chronograph. Bought this off eBay probably about 7 years ago. It does need service. When you kick on the chrono, it slows the watch down. But other than that, the watch keeps very, very nice time. All original, original glass, original dial. Everything's original about this watch. Love it. I do wear it a lot. I did have it on the blue strap to match that, but I put it on this brown strap to give it a little contrast. So, but the strap's kind of cheap, so maybe I'll pop on a new watch here. But I do got to get this thing serviced. This will be seeing Mike Paul relatively soon. Kind of rotate watches. Right now, Mike's working on a vintage Seiko of mine. It's a very cool watch. It's a Seiko 5-Actus. It's the square watch. Beautiful watch. Pick this. I got a deal on this. Got a deal on that watch. Gave it to Mike. Needs a good cleaning. I'll tell you what. I got one heck of a deal on that watch. It's not for sale. I love the watch. I do have a picture on Watch2Wear under our wrist shot gallery of the Seiko that I'm talking about. This one here, great little watch. Okay, so this watch here, you probably need zero introduction, just like the Submariner. This is our Monaco Steve McQueen. This one's back from the early 2000s. Plexiglass, so it's not the sapphire crystal. It doesn't have the exhibition back, but I love this watch. I bought it from a vendor on eBay. They have an outfit in California, a little storefront there. I don't know if he's around anymore. I tried to check it out. I didn't see any watches listed on his eBay, so maybe the guy is no longer in business. Sad, because this watch is beautiful, and I had a heck of a great experience from them too as well. And beautiful watch. I mean, it's flawless. I mean, it really is. This is my watch. I wear this watch a lot. It may say it's a little bit big. You know what? It wears well because it's lugless. And I actually have another watch that I'm not going to show you. It's a U-boat that's lugless. That wears well too, but the U-boat may be up for sale soon. But anyway, love this watch. This is my Friday night watch. I call it my Friday night is Monaco night. So Steve McQueen, Monaco, being a big Steve McQueen fan, it was a must-have for me. Always wanted this watch ever since I was a little kid. Love this. Okay, so the next watch, this is my favorite watch. I think everybody that knows watches knows what this is. This is a vintage Brightly Navitimer. Dates 1966, my favorite watch. 66 is my birthday. Love this watch. Bought it from a gentleman at a watch forum. I would say it's 100% original in the sense where I do have the original dial. So this dial here is a NOS, new old stock. So I guess technically it would be original, but I do have the original dial too. It came with it. Purchased this off a forum in 2013. Runs beautifully. Did have a little issue with the thing running about 15 minutes fast. Took it to Mike. Mike put it on his little regulator and called a little EKG machine. And he's like, well, he opens it up, looks at it. And I guess some kind of spring was flipped backwards. Just knew it instantly. Flip back to spring, put it back there. Beautiful. Runs beautifully. My favorite watch. It'll never be for sale. 1966 Breitling Navitimer. Love it. It's got the Venus movement. So right here is a fun little watch. Autodromo. It's the Vic Elford edition. And being a big Porsche fan, Vic Elford, Quick Vic, that was his nickname, Quick Vic. Drove the Porsche, where this is a tribute to. And it's the color of his car. But anyway, never for sale. Don't wear it. I think I've worn it 3 times. Maybe. And maybe too big for my wrist, but a big Vic Elford fan. Came with all the booklets. I can't remember what number. There was a limited edition. I don't know exactly what number I am. There is a unboxing on the website you can check out, but love this watch. It's got the hybrid movement in it. It's a quartz movement. As you can see, that little chrono hand moving so beautifully. But it's got the fly, or I guess you would call it a flyback. Clicks back just like that. Awesome watch though. Great strap. Tell you what, they make a heck of a watch. The owner's a very nice man. I've actually conversed with him through eBay. I had a little issue with the watch when I got it. Sent him an email. Emailed me instantly back. And he said, whatever you want to do, we'll make it right for you, Dale. And he made it right. It's a beautiful watch. I love it. And perfect condition. And yeah, big Vic Alford fan, not for sale. Okay, so the last watch that we're going to run through for today, and maybe forever, but no, we'll do some more watches. This is a, well, you need no introduction again. This is our Speedy Reduce, Omega Speedmaster Reduce. I have small wrists, what can I say? So I went with the Speedy Reduce. Sometimes you got to buy things in perspective. And I wanted to buy the Professional, the Moon watch. I was ready to pull the trigger, but it's just too big for my wrist. And I wouldn't wear it and I wouldn't be happy. Kind of like maybe in the same boat I am with the Sub. So I went with this, and I'm happy I went with this. I bought it from I saw the vendor on the watch forum. His name is Jerome. He's with Watch Vault NYC. Great experience from these guys. Awesome experience. I actually talked to him over the phone before I bought the watch. Great guy. Beautiful watch. I would recommend them any day of the week. But Omega Speedmaster Reduce, Speedy Reduce. Beautiful watch. Check out Jerome at Watch Vault NYC. Google it to get the web address. He's got a lot of awesome pieces up there. He's got some Rolexes. He gets a lot of cool little off the beaten path type watches, and he gets a lot of Omegas too as well. Great vendor, great guy to buy from. Okay, so that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. You can even give me a like if you like it, or if you don't like it, you can give me a dislike. Hey, I'm easy. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our website. It'll be coming soon, and I know you're going to love it. But once again, thanks for watching my video, and take care.